Hi there, so it's time for something new. And what better place to start than with a long, shaggy, textured fringe. So generally to remove length, create texture and add shape, I would use a razor. And that's exactly what I did here with Carrie Gwyn. First up, I've sprayed the hair down slightly. Working with damper hair means that the razor will glide through the hair more easily. Then I'm taking a section about 1.5 inches back from the hairline on a slight diagonal to the top of the ear. Subsectioning this into 3 sections, I'm going to focus on the center section first. I hold it under minimal tension and go in with my razor, removing the length and texturizing to around the length of the tip of the nose. Of course, this center section could be shorter or longer depending on the finished result. This then forms a guideline for the rest of the front sections. Once I've decided that I'm happy with the length of that center section, I incorporate it into the side. Then again, under minimal tension, I'm working with my razor to create a slight C shape, removing length, weight, and texturizing at the same time. Continuing on down that section, keeping that softly scooped out shape in mind. Connecting the hair as you go and working towards the perimeter, but retaining all of the perimeter length. Now, whilst this shape, and yes, shaggy face frame, does suit most face shapes and bone structures, it's worth taking a moment to make sure that you're completely satisfied with what you've removed so far and the shape before you move on to the other side. Here's a closer look. Rather than being a straight diagonal line, it's a soft, shallow C shape. And that's what makes the hair kick back from the face, creating that flick. Then moving over to the opposite side, we once again take that center guideline section and mirroring what we've done on the previous side, work down once again to create that soft C shape. The reason that I really love to use a razor for this particular shape is it really does give you a soft perimeter, unlike anything else. It can be done with scissors, but it takes a lot longer and it doesn't quite give you the same edge as a razor. Now that both sides are done, let's have another look before we move on. You can see that now the hair is drying, it's already kicking back from the face, creating that slightly retro but now classical shag feel. Onto my final sections. I'm combing the hair forward into my guideline. These last sections finished about 1 inch behind the ear and on the top of the head towards the crown. As long as your sections are thin enough that you can see through to your previously cut hair, it's simply a case of following on and connecting in that hair with your razor. You could of course over-direct more hair from the back and the top into your guideline. This will give you more movement and internal layers. Once the perimeter is finished and I've had a quick check of the balance, I like to go with my razor and finally graze the surface of the hair for added texture. So that's it for my first cray cuts. It seemed like a total no-brainer to not only bring you a shape that I'm really into, but to cut it with a razor, which I love. The only other thing we did with Carrie Gwyn's hair was to let it air dry. Thank you so much for watching. Let's have a look at the result.